Well, here to take all this up now is Washington Times opinion editor Charles Hurt and Strive Asset Management co-founder and executive chair Vivek Ramaswamy. Thank you both for being here.
Great to be here.
Charles, let me start with you. I mean, do you detect a sense of complacency by the Biden administration dealing with what is clearly our largest strategic adversary?
Well, I think without a doubt. And, you know, there are kind of two things here. The first thing, of course, is the threat of the balloon itself and the information that it collected as it traveled across the country. But the far larger problem, I think, is what you're talking about, which is this whole idea that the Biden administration doesn't seem to have any strategy whatsoever. It is, as you point out, a worrying complacency about China. But then the other side of it is, you know, my goodness, China has to be laughing at us right now. You know, the one balloon that they sent over to collect information, the administration allowed to go all the way across the country collecting information, and then they break out the $400,000 sidewinders to take out all the hobbyist balloons that we see in the country afterwards. And all of it suggests that the Biden administration is acting simply on, you know, posturing for politics, and it's rather buffoonish.
Vivek, what's your thought? It does. As Charles says, it is pretty bizarre that we let this balloon go across the country, collecting intelligence or whatever it was doing, and presumably transmitting it back to Beijing, and then suddenly we say we're going to take out these apparently harmless objects in the sky. That seems to be like a greater priority. What's going on?
Well, it reeks of incompetence, but there's a deeper problem here. A little thought experiment here, Jerry. Imagine that first spy balloon had been a Russian one rather than a Chinese one. There is little doubt in my mind that we would have shot it down and ratcheted up sanctions on Russia instantly. And there's a reason why we can't do that with China. And the answer is we're economically dependent on them for our modern way of life, which to me, this is just a symptom of a deeper problem, the codependent relationship we have with China. This will not end well. The only question is who ends it first. The sooner we end it, the better for us, because the reason we had to wait for this, I believe, to fly over the Atlantic Ocean before shooting it down is actually plausible deniability for not actually having to find what information was actually gathered, because that might have forced the Biden administration's hand to take a stronger approach in response. What are they scared of? Among other things, it's that economic dependency and that relationship. Well, and in China, economic policy and military policy go hand in glove together.
Well, let me quickly follow up with you on that, Vivek. How do we decouple these economies? As you absolutely say, the US and Chinese economies are interlinked in incredibly kind of close and intimate ways. Finance, investment, a lot of supply chains. Can we really decouple from China in this way?
So we have a fertile window right now because Xi Jinping has inflicted damage on China and its economy as part of securing his third term as leader of the CCP last October. I think that gives us a short window to work within to pull the economic rug out from under China. How do we do it? I think we have to do something that's going to make a lot of people mad. Say that U.S. businesses cannot do business in China until China and its government has reformed its mercantilist practices. That will involve some short-term pain for us. There's no doubt about that. But I think our moment in America today calls not for Chamberlain, but for Churchill. And I think we can defeat China economically now to avoid having to defeat them militarily later. But the window is short, and we need to seize it.
Charles, so we're coming up next week, first anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Biden's going to be in Poland giving a big speech, bolstering support supposedly for Ukraine against Russia. Kamala Harris and Secretary of State Tony Blinken are at the big Munich security conference this weekend. Again, I think many of us continue to believe that it's right to support Ukraine, but this is a long war that we're looking at. The US has already spent tens of billions of dollars, probably running into hundreds of billions of dollars. Is it possible that we've got our strategic priorities wrong?
Oh, I think without a doubt, China is by far the far larger, more important threat to the country. And I also think that, you know, as we look ahead towards 2024, I think that the amount of money we're spending in Ukraine is going to become a very hot political issue. One last thing about decoupling from China. The United States will never decouple from China while you have questions about the Biden family's personal business relationships with China, all those questions surrounding all that.
Do you think these congressional committees are going to get to the bottom of that?
I don't know if they'll get to the bottom of it, but I think that they're going to expose an awful lot of stuff that is very ugly that would drum any normal politician out of office. You know, if this had been a Trump family or anything like, or any other president, they would be drummed out of office for this.